greater than 1.0. So, ito yung equation na gagamitin natin to check whether the column is safe. Pero no out of plane data, then you will be using the other section, yung section 508.2 ay 0.3 gaya. 508.1.3. So that section is applicable for doubly symmetric members in single axis flexure and compression. And for doubly symmetric members in flexion and compression with movements primarily in one plane, it is permissible to consider the two independent limit states in plane instability and out of plane buckling of flexural torsional buckling separately in lieu of the combined approach provided in section 508.1.1. So, dito mabalinte ka nung nga usaran detoy in lieu of that two equation. So, no, the number 1 for the limit states in plane instability, gagamitin natin yan, equation 1.1. But for out of plane buckling, then we will be using PR over P sub CO plus MR over MCX. And it should not be greater than 1.0. So, yun ang provision sa NSCP regarding combined axial and bending with and torsion. Bending or and torsion. So, kaspagarigan, we have here an axial compression of due to dead load is 530 and due to live load is 135 kilonewton. The bending moment, dagiti naalat ti analysis bending moment due to dead load is 135, live load is 135 also, and due to wind load is 409 kilonewton meter. The member is part of a brace system with transverse support provided in each principal direction at the top and bottom. So, ito sa one in both axes, tilang yan ti support na dyan top and bottom. With bottom of a length 4.2 meters. So, kaya na nga sa one, the unsupported length and both axes X and Y axis is 4.2 meters. Assume moment causes single curvature and use Fy is equal to 248. Bending occur along the stronger axis kasi may samot ti nga direction ti anti moment na. Ngam nag-analyze kayo in both direction at di ba? No, but maybe this member has a negligible moment on the other axis. So, kung kukunin natin yung factored loads, combination of gravity loads, dead load and live load, we have 1.2 dead load and 1.6 live load. Hindi ka maalat dito combination na to Dito So, yung piece of view computed is 852 kilonewton and M sub view is 164.16 kilonewton meter. Now, if we are going to combine the gravity loads and wind load, so live load, dead load, live load, and wind load. Walang moment or walang axial force due to wind load. Yung piece of view is 1.2 times dead load plus 0.5. Kasi no combination ti dead load, live load, con wind load, the equation is 1.2 dead load plus 0.5 live load plus wind load. Yan ang kwan. Yan ang combination or factored load. So, makukuha mo nyo dyan is 638.5 kilonewton meter. Ano nga ta, tinakdakkel ti effect na. Siyempre, if you consider the combination of gravity loads, that is, yung piece of view is greater, 852 kilonewton. But the moment is only 164.16. If you are going to compare, so nga no piece of view, dakdakkel detoy. Combination ti gravity load only. Ng basit lang data, mga 100 ti difference na. But if you look at the moment, for combination of gravity load is 164.16 and that for gravity loads and wind load, mayroon tayong moment na 638.5 kilonewton meter. So kaya nasa 1, ada yung adakdakkel dating yan times badudetan. Times 4. Siguro. Oh. Iso nga dakdakkel ti kwadetoy. Effect detoy gravity loads and wind loads combination. So, di ka compute tayo ti kwan. Now, there are different, as I've said before, pwede kayong mag-apply, ay mag-assume, I should say. Mag-assume ng section, then investigate. Pag very, very safe, then you will use a lighter section. Pero pag magpepil yan, you will try another bigger section. So, may isa jay, kan mabalin nyo nga i-compute, balin nyo nga computer, possible nga section. So, in that case, mabaling yung area kan yung zone no S or section modulus, di mabaling nyo nga basis. Kadeta panagalat section, then investigate. Kaya, kung minsan, pag-try na lang tayo, tapos, makorek yung tumat, no, peleta, no, very, very safe. Kasi, baliwan yung matno ka dyan section na. So, lang nga iso. Kaya lang, pabaling ad-ado ti trial section mo, ngam no i-compute mo dyan section. So, kas pangarigan, gasyom tayo ti section W 14 by, let's say, 120 muna. 120. Then, i-check natin kung safe itong 14 by 120. So, alaan tayo ti PR. Actually, naala tayo ti piece of aran. Tiusaran tayo di combination 2, combination of dead load and live load kasi malaki yung moment. So, yung piece of R natin dyan is 703.5 kilonewton kasi di ultimate di factored load actual. Tapos, yung piece of C, that is reduction factor P times piece of N, tama? No, yung moment MR is equal to M sub U, which is equal to 638.5 kilonewton meter. Then yung MCX is equal to reduction factor P, ito. This is equal to reduction factor P times the nominal moment. That is M sub N. Bali data. No, MCX. Wala namang moment along Y. So, hindi natin kakonsider yan. Bali, 0. Yung moment along y. Now, we have taken already how to determine the ultimate strength of a compression member, that is reduction factor P times P sub N. Kasanuyo nga i-determine. Diyan supported length there is 4.2. So, kukunin nyo yung KL over R, di ba? Use K is equal to 1 for this case. K 1.0. Gagamitin natin yan. Amuyot ti mangala ka dito yan. Reduction factor P times P sub N. Also, no movement, nalpas tayo multiplexure rin. Reduction factor P times M sub N. Ano ti mo na nga determine nyo? LB is 4.2. Ano to mo na nga, ano ti determine nyo? Determine LP. Determine LR. Anapay? Check whether the section is compact or non-compact. If laterally supported, if LB is lesser than LP, then M sub N is equal to MP, which is equal to ZX. Angam no, LB is greater than LP but lesser than LR, then you will be using other equation. Teteta tidong equation no kwa. So, i-determine nyo muna compact section. Panuhaan. If compact, then determine whether the member is laterally supported or not. If it is laterally supported, then Mn is equal to MP, and that is equal to Fyzx. But if LB is greater than LP but lesser than LR, then you will be using the equation that is fitted to that condition. And for the if LB is greater than LR, the M sub N is a function of FCR. So naalatay mo't amin lagi jayon. Itata, I want you to determine the M sub P sub C, M sub C. Yung M sub C, y kat 0 mat. Di ka P sub C kat. Ngamalan nyo lahat ti M sub C na. Yan tay assignment. Magas manak. So, iso nga iso timpa ubrak ka na kayo ang pa-assignment ko. Doy. Baka nga minhaan nga set that 120. So nga, pa-determine ko pa ito yan. 4.2, the unsupported length na, determine the value of reduction factor P times P sub N. Kasi kung na natin ito, ultimate load capacity. Kaya nasa one dito, ultimate load capacity is reduction factor P times P sub N. Ito, ni? Kastalat angkat, awam mo tay Greek symbol dito. Stamot dito, ultimate moment capacity. Kaya nga sa 1 reduction factor P times denominal moment. M sub N. Now, ma-determine yun to that, and then we will be using the result in the investigation of this sample design of member subjected to axial force and then. Any question? Isa ti obraan nyo dayjay kat ituloy ko ti agrobwat tamala dawak manen. Sa innakon, ingnak ti eskwela ngamin. So nga intid ko nga obraan nyo data. Malagpay ti attendansyo, Attendance. To Antonio Ballester. Ni? May sa ti letter A. Pag pwede iti letter C, takanayon da nga adda. Bayani, unknown. Pagkawili, unknown. Andres, Antonio. Ballesteros. Kakao, Kachero. Ni Corpus ti awan. Corpus John. Ti babae ti awan. Anan Mr. Corpus? Okay na, di ka mo't intul. Dapat revision na dede. Mabalin mo nga ituloy yan. Langanin kan. Domingo, absent. Duldulaw, adda. Adda ka, Duldulaw, Esteban Gapasin Garcia. Duldulaw, Emurawan, Esteban, Gabriel, awan ni Gabriel. Awan Ganno. Gapasin, Garcia. Awan mo, dati may isa nga, Jean. Duto mo, Gapasin mo talakang Garcian. Gapasin, Garcia, Lagunilla, awan. Lagunilla, Malakas, Pascual. Malakas, Pascual. Ipasyurada? Awan, Quintus Raquinho Reyes. Pasyon. Pati. Awan ni Patin. Benito.